Hey ladies, I am here with an exciting update and a few questions that I need your ladies' help with. The exciting part is that our baby finally has a name. Now, if you have watched my previous videos, then ever since we found out the gender, I have said that I feel bad because he has no name. So my husband and I sat down the day before yesterday, and we were looking through our baby name book, and we decided that we are going to name him Wyatt. Sorry, ladies. Now, my husband thinks it's really cool to have the boys have part of his name in there, so his name is going to be Wyatt Luke. My husband's name is Lucas. And our son's name, our older son, his name is Mason Lucas. So they both have his name in there. But yeah, so Wyatt Luke, that is our baby. I'm so excited because I can finally get started on his name that's going to hang on the wall and things like that. The other thing that I need your guys' help with is I found a midwife online. Now, my husband and I went back and forth on the idea of having an at-home birth, and when we went to the hospital for the non-stress test, I think that kind of pushed us in the direction that yes, we're gonna try if the midwife will come to our town. Because when we went for our non-stress test, my husband went to use the restroom that was in our room, and when he came out, he said that there was still blood on the floor from whoever gave birth in there last. And I know that it happens. I've had 2 children. I know that there's blood, but I don't think it should be left on the floor, especially after they've been gone for a while. I just feel like that's something that they really need to make sure is cleaned up, because I don't want to be just giving birth and then going in there and having somebody else's blood. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it really grosses out, and I just wasn't impressed that much with the staff up there, and to be honest, I'm really not that impressed with my doctor. My son had a rash, and I took him to the doctor, and they just so happened to send us into my doctor at the clinic here to look at his rash, and he told me that my son had herpes. Kind of like a cold sore, but it was just a rash form. And it turns out that is not what he had. He is allergic to one of the trees in our backyard. And that was what was causing his rash. So I was freaking out, thinking that my son had herpes. And he doesn't. He breaks out whenever he touches the branches outside. And to me, I felt like that wasn't something that he should have said unless he was sure of it. And then not only that, but when we took my son in there, he looked at the rash and he goes, "Well, I'll be right back." And he comes back with this big old book, and he's flipping through going, "Well, it could be this, it could be rosacea, it could be this." And it's like, you're a doctor, you should know what this is. You shouldn't come in with a book and tell me that it might be this or it might be that. I just feel like you should know. So yeah, I'm not all that impressed with him. I don't know. But he's the only option I have in this town. There are no other doctors taking on new patients. He's the only option I have. So I put in a call to a midwife, and her office is about an hour and 20 minutes away from our home, where our town where we live. And there was another midwife up there who I had called before we even got pregnant, while we were trying to conceive, to find out more information from her. And she told me that she doesn't come down this far. So we are crossing our fingers that this midwife will come to our town, because we would really love to have an at-home water birth. That is something that I've wanted to try with both kids, but kind of chickened out last minute and just went to the hospital. But there are downfalls. Number one, I'm not impressed with my doctor. I don't think he's all that great. Because another thing that he did is when they found the protein in my urine and they were worried about preeclampsia, he told me that it was fine to try to lose weight during pregnancy, and when not to try to lose weight, but to eat healthy and to exercise. And when I was doing the research on it in case it was preeclampsia, it said you are not supposed to do that. So I don't know. Even my husband says that he really doesn't seem like he knows what he's talking about. And yeah, I know he went to school and all that, but he just, I don't know. And some of the things he does, like the things he says, are really gross. And I'm just not comfortable with him talking about specific things while he's down in my girly area checking everything out. It's just, I don't know. He makes me very uncomfortable. So yeah, these are our main reasons. Number one is we've wanted to try it for a long time. I've heard that the healing up afterwards is a lot easier. There's less chance of an episiotomy or tearing. It's more personal care. And another big reason is that we're not impressed with this hospital. I don't think it's very sanitary. I'm not impressed with my doctor. I wasn't impressed with the service that we got when we were at the hospital. And we have a lot of reasons why we want to try. I would prefer it if our kids got to be more hands-on in the pregnancy, and I don't think that they should have to be forced into watching it, but I do strongly believe that if they want to watch their sibling come into the world, it should be an option for them, and that's just how I feel. I do not think that they should be forced into seeing it, but I think if they want to watch and they're comfortable with it and they're not scared, then they should be allowed to. Sorry, I'm getting out of breath. Oh, so anyways, back to the main part of this video. I need your ladies' help with what questions I should ask her when she calls me back. The questions that I have to ask right now is, number one, will she come down here? Number two, I'm going to ask her if our insurance that we have is covered. We are covered by Uniform Medical. It's the Washington State Department of whatever medical. So it's supposed to be really good. And I believe I had another one. Let me check my list. And then I was just going to ask her what the risks are for an at-home birth. Because I've had 2 uncomplicated vaginal deliveries. Both my kids, everything went smoothly, everything was fast. My labor with my daughter was 9 hours. And she was born in 3 pushes, less than 5 minutes. 3 pushes, I believe. My son was born after 5 hours of hard labor, and he was born in 2 pushes. So I don't think that that's an issue. I don't think that my labor and the delivery is going to be an issue. I'm just worried about, the small chance that something does go wrong. So I want to make sure, I just want to be sure of all my options first. So anyways, if you ladies could please help me out and let me know what other questions I should ask her when she calls back, I would really appreciate it. And I will talk to you later. Bye.